Imagine a world where a mere notebook holds the power to end a life. Meet Light Yagami, an intellectual high school student who's dissatisfied with his mundane existence. His life is a never-ending cycle of predictability that leaves him yearning for something more, something extraordinary. And then, the extraordinary finds him in the form of a mysterious notebook known as the Death Note. This isn't any ordinary notebook, oh no. Written within its pages is an unsettling rule. The one whose name is penned down in it will die. A chilling power indeed, one that is capable of turning the tide of the world, and it lands in the hands of our protagonist, Light. At first, it's hard for Light to believe. A notebook that kills? It sounds absurd, and yet, the allure of such power, such control, is too enticing for him to resist. So, he decides to test it. He picks a name, a criminal whose actions have been broadcasted on live television, and writes it down. He waits skeptically at first, and then with a growing sense of dread as the reality of the Death Note's power reveals itself. The criminal dies right then and there on live TV, confirming that the power of the Death Note is real. The realization is overwhelming, terrifying, and yet intoxicating. The Death Note, a simple notebook, has given Light the ability to kill, to pass judgment on those he deems unworthy of life. It's a godlike power, one that can easily corrupt and destroy. But Light isn't deterred. Instead, he sees it as an opportunity, a chance to redefine the world according to his own sense of justice. With the power of the Death Note in his hands, Light, now wielding the power of life and death, sets his sights on creating a utopian world, a world devoid of criminals, a world where justice prevails. But will this new world be a paradise or a nightmare? Only time will tell. As the body count rises, a mysterious figure named Kira emerges. This is not a random moniker, but a name earned through a chilling display of power. Light, the unassuming high school student, continues to wield the Death Note, his actions resulting in the deaths of criminals worldwide. He's not just a killer though. Light manipulates events in such a way that Kira, this faceless judge, jury, and executioner, is seen as a force for good, a hero even. But every hero has a nemesis. Enter L, a detective as enigmatic as he is brilliant. L doesn't just want to catch Kira, he wants to engage him, challenge him, beat him at his own game. And so, a high-stakes battle of wits begins, with L deducing that Kira is in Japan and initiating his investigation there. It's a game of cat and mouse with the world as their playing field. In the shadows, another player enters the game. Misa Aman, a mysterious woman with a twisted sense of justice, steps onto the chessboard. She too wields a Death Note and has been using it in her own crusade against crime. But her actions are driven by something deeper, an obsession with the enigmatic figure known as Kira. She offers her assistance to Light, eager to become an ally in his grand plan. However, this new alliance doesn't go unnoticed. The detective L, ever watchful, grows increasingly suspicious of Light. His instincts tell him there's more to this high school student than meets the eye. L sets up surveillance, hoping to catch a glimpse of the truth. The game of cat and mouse intensifies, and Light finds himself under closer scrutiny than ever before. The stakes rise as Light finds himself under the watchful eyes of L. The hunter becomes the hunted as Light finds himself in L's crosshairs. The cat and mouse game intensifies, the stakes growing ever higher. The once bored high school student, now a self-proclaimed god of a new world order, finds his actions under scrutiny. But Light is not one to be trifled with. He takes the offensive, using Misa's Death Note, a lethal weapon in its own right. Misa, the infatuated accomplice, becomes a pawn in this dangerous game. Light masterfully orchestrates a terrifying spectacle, eliminating the FBI agents who dare to investigate him. Each name written, each life taken, is a testament to the chilling power of the Death Note and the cunning of Kira. On the other side of this deadly chessboard, L remains undeterred. His intuition, sharp as a razor, cuts through the deceptions. Every move Kira makes, every pawn sacrificed, only solidifies his conviction. The brilliant detective finds the threads connecting Light to the enigmatic Kira. He sees the pattern, the trail of breadcrumbs leading straight to his prime suspect. Yet, how does one trap a god? How does one prove that a seemingly ordinary teenager wields the power to kill with a mere stroke of a pen? It's a question that haunts L, a puzzle demanding a solution, and so a deadly dance ensues as L plans to trap Kira. The game of wits reaches a climax as identities are revealed. As the tension rises, the relentless detective, known only as L, has successfully managed to piece together the puzzle. His relentless pursuit and meticulous observations have led him to a startling conclusion. Light Yagami, a high school student, is the notorious Kira. However, the method of execution remains a mystery to L. The inexplicable deaths of criminals worldwide, with no trace of a weapon or a murderer, perplex him. Despite identifying Kira, the enigma of the Death Note eludes him. The cat and mouse game intensifies, and the stakes have never been higher. On the other side of this high-stakes chessboard, we have Light, a young man burdened with a power that can change the world, a power that is as intoxicating as it is terrifying, the Death Note. With the realization that L's investigation has led him to Japan, Light's mind races with strategies. The hunter becomes the hunted as Light starts to plan his next move. The juxtaposition of these two brilliant minds, both aiming for justice but with vastly different methods, sets the stage for an epic showdown. The battle lines are drawn, the players are ready, with each waiting for the other to blink first. With the cards laid bare on the table, the question remains, who will make the next move?